right, welcome to your yoga mat. Let's get started today in a child's pose. So let those knees come to the outer edges of the mat. Big toes traditionally touch, arms reach forward. And before you really allow your forehead to even sink down, see if you can push into the hands to push the hips back a little bit more. Really feel the low spine elongate. Soften the shoulders away from the ears and then release the forehead to the earth. Take a deep breath in. Open mouth. Exhale it out. Deep breath in. Sigh it out. One more time, just like that. And then as you soften the body, begin to deepen the breath through the nose, inhaling, sending that breath deep into the belly, feeling the rib cage expand, letting there be a slight pause, and then pressing that air back out through the nose. Let your mind begin to release your day, release your to-do list, and just focus in on your breath. That nourishing inhale and cleansing exhale. Choose to be present both physically and mentally today on your mat. On your next inhale, wave it forward to a hanging cobra. The knees stay bent, but the feet lift towards the air. Open up the chest, arms are straight, gaze goes up. Exhale to push it back into child's pose. Inhale, wave it forward to that hanging cobra. Exhale, push it back, child's pose. Inhale, wave it forward. 2 more. Press it back. Deep breath in as you come forward into this last hanging cobra. Exhale to push it back into a child's pose. On this inhale, rise up to a tabletop position. Bring that right hand behind the ear, elbow off to the side. And then on an inhale, gaze up to the right. Exhale, hinge that elbow to the forearm. Inhale, gaze up. Exhale to hinge. Opening up the chest. Inhale. Exhale, hinge. One more time. Inhale, lift that elbow up to the sky. On this exhale, as you hinge, begin to walk that right hand over to the left. Keep the right shoulder off of the earth rather than threading the needle all the way. And just feel that big stretch across the upper back. Push the earth away with that left hand. And then return to tabletop. Bring the left hand behind the head. Inhale to gaze up, turning to the left. Exhale, hinging, elbow to forearm. Inhale, lift and open. Exhale to hinge. 2 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hinge. Inhale to lift. On this exhale, as you hinge, reach the left hand over to the right. Feel that stretch across the upper back. Push the earth away with the right hand. And breathe. And return to tabletop. Inhale for a cow pose, lifting chin, chest, tailbone to the sky. Exhale, round the back to come into cat. Return to that neutral spine. Send your left leg long behind you, toes on the earth to begin. Feel the hips nice and square towards the earth, and then lift that leg to hip height. Right arm reaches forward. Left hand is pushing the earth away. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, curl that elbow to the knee, right below the body. Inhale to elongate. Exhale, curl it in. Inhale, elongate. Exhale, curl in. Last one. Inhale, elongate. Bend that left knee. Reach back with the right hand for a floor dancer, sending your gaze over the right shoulder. Really push that foot into the hand. Without slingshotting, release for that full body stretch, and then set it all down. Inhale for a cow pose. Exhale, round the back to come into cat. Return to that neutral spine. Send the right leg long behind you, toes on the earth, just to make sure the hips are nice and square, and then lift that leg to hip height. Reach that left arm forward. Draw the belly in as you push the earth away. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, elongate. Exhale, curl in. Inhale to reach. Exhale, curl in. That's the last one. Inhale, reach. Bend the knee. Left hand reaches for the right foot. See if you can get that knee to hip height and gaze over the left shoulder. Feeling that stretch in the quadricep. Release and reach the arm and leg long. And set it down. Tuck the toes under. Maybe walk the hands forward an inch or two, and then send the hips high to the sky. Downward facing dog. Some pedaling out of the feet here. You are in charge of your practice. So if at any time you want to come back to a child's pose or take a different pose, know that you can do that. We'll settle into stillness, pushing the hips up and back, spreading the shoulder blades across the back. On an inhale, lift that right leg toward the sky. Bend the knee, stack the hips here. So you'll feel that heel dropping towards the left shoulder, but then dial down the right shoulder. Inhale to straighten that leg. Exhale to step it to the outside of that right hand. And then we'll make small circles with the hips, starting in one direction. And then change directions, just circling the hips around. Crown of the head is reaching forward. And then release the left knee to the earth and reach the hands up to the sky. Exhale, goalpost the arms, send the gaze up. Push the elbows forward. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, high twist to the right. Right arms reaching back, left arms forward. Squeeze your inner thighs together and really maximize this twist. On an inhale, return to center. Exhale, hands to the earth. Lift the back knee, step the right foot back for a high plank. Pause here, push the earth away, feel the belly draw in, and the back of the legs lift toward the sky. Shift your weight forward, bend the elbows to the back of the room as you lower all the way down to the belly. And we'll take 3 cobras here. Tops of the feet press down into the earth. Spin the inner thighs up. On an inhale, lift the chin and chest. Shoulders away from the ears. Exhale to lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale, lower. Tuck the toes under. Lift the knees and the thighs a little bit. Draw the belly in. Push the earth away as you return to high plank. And send the hips high to the sky. Downward facing dog. 3 cycles of breath here. And then inhale, lift that left leg toward the sky. Bend the knees, stack the hips. Dial down the left shoulder. On an inhale, straighten that leg. Exhale, step it to the outside of that left hand and circle the hips around in one direction. And then change direction. Release the right knee to the earth. Arms up to the sky on an inhale. Exhale to goal post the arms, pushing forward a little bit, lifting the gaze. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, twist to the left. Even with the knee down, balance can be challenged. Sending the gaze toward the thumb. On an inhale, arms reach to the sky. Exhale, hands come to the earth. Lift the back knee this time, step it forward. We'll take a ragdoll here. So begin with a nice deep knee bend so that you can truly release your back and the crown of the head toward the earth. Send the gaze through the legs. And then make a picture frame of the face. Maybe you begin to straighten the knees a little bit. Let your hamstrings be your guide. And sway a bit side to side to release any of that mental chatter that might still be present. Releasing the hands to the earth, toe, heel to feet together. Inhale for a halfway lift, flat tabletop back. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale to rise tall, Tadasana. Exhale, release the right hand to your side. Inhale to reach a little bit taller. Exhale to lean on over to the right. Maybe send your gaze up toward the sky as well. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, left hand comes to the thigh. Inhale, reach taller. Exhale, lean on over. Inhale to return to center. Hands come to the heart for Samastitihi, gazing over the fingertips or closing the eyes. Draw the belly in, lift the knees and thighs, and soften the shoulders. Take a cycle of breath here in gratitude for someone or something in your day today. And a cycle of breath in forgiveness of yourself or of another. And a cycle of breath to set an intention for today's practice. Perhaps it is to be present, to listen to your breath, and let it be your guide. On an inhale, reach the arms to the sky. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale to lift halfway. On the exhale, plant the hands, step hip back, high plank. Pause here. Feel the knees and thighs lifting. Shift the face forward. Lead with the chest as you lower just halfway. Inhale through to an upward dog. Exhale it back, downward dog. Deep breath in. Exhale it out. On the inhale, step to the top of the mat, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale to rise tall, mountain pose, Tadasana. Exhale, folding forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, step it back. High to low plank. Make sure those elbows hug the rib cage. Inhale through, upward dog. Exhale back, downward dog. One cycle of breath here. And on the inhale, come to the top of the mat, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise tall. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, stepper, hop back. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Cycle of breath here. Inhale to the top of the mat, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. One more, Sun A, on your own. Match your breath to your movement. Staying in this down dog. On an inhale, lifting that right leg to the sky. Exhale to step it forward. Spin that back heel down. Lift the arms to the sky. Warrior one. Exhale, airplane the arms. Keep the chest lifted. Inhale, lift back to warrior one. Exhale it to the earth. Stepping it back, chaturanga. Inhaling, up dog. Exhaling, down dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step forward, spin the back heel down. Inhale, arms to the sky, warrior one. Exhale, airplane the arms. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, flow through vinyasa. Meet in down dog. One more time. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, airplane arms. Inhale, reach tall. Exhale, flow through or go right to a down dog. Inhale, left leg. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, airplane arms. Inhale to reach tall. Exhale, flow through. Take 3 cycles of breath in this down dog. Deepen the breath. Push the chest toward the thighs. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, draw the knee to the nose. Inhale, send it high, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lift, send it high. Exhale, knee to nose. This time, step it forward. Low lunge. Airplane the arms. Crown of the head reaches forward. Left hand to the earth, right arm to the sky. And then we'll circle that right arm around. Reach to the back of the mat, all the way down to the ankle, bend the elbow, reach back up to the sky. 2 more times, just like that. And then we'll release that hand to the earth, arms to the sky, crescent lunge. Squeeze those inner thighs together, lift the back knee towards sky. Where can you soften in the shoulders or the jaw? Hands come to heart center. Lean forward, lift the back heel. Twist to the left. or to the right rather, left elbow outside of that right thigh. Still pressing down into the right heel. Inhale to return to Crescent Lunge. Exhale, fists of fire, bend that back knee. Inhale, Crescent. Exhale, fists of fire. Inhale, Crescent. Exhale, last fist of fire, step forward, Tadasana. Big toes are together, sink into a chair pose. Shifting the weight into the heels, lifting the inner arches. And airplane the arms. Inhale, arms to the sky, Tadasana. And we'll take an eagle pose. Right arm comes under the left. Sink into a higher chair. Lift that right leg and cross it over the left. Maybe using the big toe as a kickstand. Elbows at shoulder height. Begin to hinge forward. Unwrap that right leg. Send it behind you. Warrior 3, eagle arms. Bend the front knee. Step back into a 5-pointed star. Toes point out, arms reach side to side. Lift the pelvic floor. And exhale into goddess. Hands at heart center. I'm going to go ahead and turn myself around here for you. Sink a little bit lower, and now we're going to find some movement. Inhale, sweep the arms to the sky, 5-pointed star. Exhale, return to goddess. Inhale, reach tall. Exhale, sink. Inhale and exhale. 2 more times. Deep breath in and out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale to that 5-pointed star. Exhale, warrior 2 to the front of the room. Flip the front palm, reverse your warrior. Push down into that left heel. And on the exhale, spin the hands down to the earth, step it back, chaturanga. Inhaling, up dog. Exhaling, down dog. Deep breath in. Slow breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale that left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale to lift it. Exhale, knee to nose. One more time, lift it to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Step it forward, low lunge. Airplane the arms, crown of the head reaches forward. Right hand to the earth, left arm to the sky. And we'll circle that arm around, reach to the back of the mat, down to the ankle, bend the elbow back up to the sky. 2 more times. Hand returns to the earth, arms lift to the sky, crescent lunge. Let the lower body surrender, the shoulders soften. Hands come to heart center. Lean forward, lift the back heel, and twist to the left. Elbow outside the thigh. Feel the neck nice and long as the crown of the head is reaching forward. And then on an inhale, return to Crescent Lunge. Exhale, fists of fire. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bend that back knee. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, fists of fire. This time, step it forward, Tadasana. Big toes are together and sink into a chair pose. Really allow those hips to reach back. Exhale to airplane the arms. Deep breaths. Inhale to sweep it up, mountain pose. And then we'll eagle it up. Left arm comes underneath the right. Sink into a chair. Lift that left leg, cross it over the right. Feel that inner arch lifting in the right foot. If you lose your balance, it's okay. Just come back into it. Begin to hinge forward. Unwrap that left leg. Send it behind you, nice and slow. Warrior 3. Eagle arms. Bend the front knee. Step it back. 5-pointed star. Arms to the sky. And exhale into a goddess. So we'll find that movement once again. Inhale, sweep up. 5-pointed star. Exhale, sink into goddess. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more times. Meditation and movement. On this inhale, reach for 5-pointed star. Exhale, open to warrior 2. Right leg is in front. Flip the front palm, reverse your warrior. Push down into that right heel. And on the exhale, bring the hands to the earth. Step it back, high to low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Deep breath in. Slow breath out. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Inhale, send it high. Exhale, knee to left elbow. Inhale, send it high. Exhale to step it forward. Warrior 1. Arms to the sky, back heel is down. Really allow the lower body to sink. Interlace the fingers behind the back. Push the knuckles down as the gaze goes up. And hinge forward into a humble warrior. Right shoulder, torso is inside the front leg. And an inhale, lift back to warrior 1. Straighten the front leg. Bring the right hand to the hip crease. Maybe step the back foot in 2 inches. On an inhale, lift a little bit higher. Draw the belly in. Draw that right hip back. And exhale, hinge forward. Reach the right arm forward, flat tabletop back. And then lower the hands to the earth for a pyramid pose. Back is nice and long. If you're finding that you need to round it, you may want to block in front of you and reach for the block instead. Standing splits is next. Bend that front knee and lift the left leg to the sky as you then straighten that right leg, pushing the hamstring to the back of the room. Bring one hand to the ankle and maybe the other. Maybe today's not the day for the balance. Bend the front knee, step the left foot to the back of the mat, turning the toes, rise up, warrior two. Arms reach front to back here. Sink in. Shift the rib cage forward an inch or two. Release that hand inside the front ankle, left arm to the sky. And then we'll take a half bind, bringing that hand behind the back, working it towards your right hip crease or thigh. Release the bind, left arm to the sky. Return to warrior two. Straighten that front leg, turn the toes, hands can come to the hips, gaze goes up, squeeze the elbows together behind you. And exhale to hinge forward. Prasarita. Your hands can be right underneath the head, shifting more weight into the balls of the feet. You can also reach for the outer edges of the feet, or reach all the way through to the other side of the mat. Rise to tall arms. Walk the hands to the front of the mat. Step the right foot back. Big toes together. Right hand to center. Left arm up to the sky. Side plank. Maybe you send your gaze up to your top hand and you push those hips a little bit higher. Top hand comes to the earth, high to low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Take a deep breath in. Press the air out. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, knee to left elbow. Inhale it high. Exhale, twist to the right elbow. Inhale it high. Exhale to step it forward. Rise to warrior one. Sink in, soften the shoulders. Interlace the fingers behind the back, send the gaze up. And exhale to hinge into humble warrior. Release the neck, release the jaw here. And feel the strength in the feet. Inhale to rise to warrior one. Straighten the front leg. Step that back foot in. And left hand to the hip. Right arm reaches taller. Exhale, hinge forward halfway. Reach the left arm forward. Push the hips back as you lower the hands to the earth or a block. Now it's nice to have a wider stance in a pyramid pose, so make sure that your heels are not in line here, but rather that your right foot is closer to the right edge of the mat and the left foot is closer to the left edge of the mat. Standing splits, lift the gaze, bend the front knee so you can lift that right leg to the sky. And then draw that left thigh into your center line. If you're feeling balanced on this side, you might bring one hand to the ankle and then the other. Eventually bending that front knee, stepping the right foot to the back of the mat, spinning that heel down and rising up. Warrior two. Really allow the hips to open up here. Shift the rib cage forward, release the left hand inside the front leg, right arm to the sky. Flip the palm and give yourself that opportunity to open up the shoulder by taking the half bind. Still pressing down into the feet and lifting up out of the hips. Arm reaches back to the sky. And rise to warrior two. Straightening that front leg, turning the toes for another prasarita. Hands can come to the hips, squeeze the elbows together behind you, and then hinge forward. This time we'll walk our hands over toward the right foot, root into the right hand, and reach the left hand for the outer edge of the foot. Feel the left shoulder reaching over toward the left foot. And we'll walk the hands over to the left foot, root into the left hand on the inside of the arch. Right hand reaches for the outside of the foot. Hands return to center, tall arms. Walk them to the front of the mat. Turning the toes, step that left foot back. Big toes are together. Left hand to center, right underneath the shoulder. Spin those heels to the left. Right arm to the sky, side plank. Top hand to the earth, high plank. Pause here. And lower to the belly. Right cheek comes to the earth, arms long at your sides. Let yourself surrender into the mat. Chin comes to center. Flip the palms so they're face down. Flex the feet so heels are inside and toes point to the outer edges of the mat. Draw the pelvic floor up toward the rib cage. On an inhale, lift chin, chest, arms, legs, everything hovers. Lengthening out the front side of the body. Breathe a little bit deeper. And then lower it all down. Surrender left cheek to the earth. Chin comes to center. This time we'll bend the knees, flip the palms, and as you lift, you'll reach back for your ankles, your feet. Maybe it's the pant legs. Maybe you're taking parachuter today. And then on an inhale, lift chin and chest. Push those feet into the hands. Hands pull along the feet or the ankles. Thighs may be lifted. Dhanurasana, bow pose. Strengthens the back, stretches out the torso, and stretches the shoulders. One more deep breath in. Exhale to lower. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders and push back into a child's pose. On an inhale, rise into down dog. And we'll step all the way through, coming to a seated position. Legs can start straight out in front of you. And then simply draw that right knee into the chest. Hug it into the chest. Shift your weight forward into the sit bones. And you're hovering that foot off of the earth. Flexing the left foot, spinning the inner thigh down. And then you'll take that right foot and cross it over the left thigh. Hooking the knee with the left elbow, reach behind you with the right hand for a twist. Really lengthen the spine here. Return to center. Bring the sole of the right foot inside the left thigh this time. Send the arms up to the sky. Turn shoulder to pinky toe and hinge forward. Long spine here. Crown of the head is reaching toward the toes. Your hands might be at your calf. It might be they're down by the ankle. They might be able to wrap around the foot. Your body, your practice. And rise. Tall spine. Send that right leg long. And then draw the left knee into the chest and hug it. Squeeze it in, but shift your weight forward a bit. Flex the right foot and spin that inner thigh down. And then cross that foot over the right thigh. Hook the knee with the right elbow and reach behind you as you lengthen towards the sky and twist. Come back to center. Sole that left foot inside the right thigh. Arms reach to the sky. Turning heart towards pinky toe and then hinge forward. Slowly rise back up. Bring the soles of the feet together. We're going to stretch out the QL, which is a muscle in the low back area. Bringing the hands to the feet to start with. Knees are butterflying open. Left hand to the toes. Right hand's going to reach somewhat behind you so that you're facing your right knee. Lift the chest. And on an exhale, begin to hinge forward, bringing the forehead toward the knee. Feel that stretch in the side of the low back. Slowly rise and twist back to center. Right hand comes to the toes, left hand reaches behind you so that you can face that left knee, lift with the chest, and then begin to hinge forward. Slowly rise back up. Come back to center. We'll take a supported fish pose. So if you have a block, great. You'll bring that block right behind you. You might want it at the medium height. You might want it at the high height. That's really up to you. That block goes right about an inch below where your bra would be. And then you just bring your back over that block, arms long at your sides, palms face up, releasing the crown of the head toward the earth. Play around with the height of the block. If you don't have a block, use a towel that's rolled up. You can also do this without the block, bringing the hands underneath the butt. So a supported fish pose is great for your immune system as well as your metabolism. But it opens up the chest and the heart, so it can be anxiety producing. Breathe through it. Notice where you're holding tension. I just noticed I was tightening up my shoulders, so see if you can release that tension. And sometimes as we hold a pose, suddenly you'll find tension in different parts of the body. Butt cheeks can all of a sudden start tightening, so see if you can release there as well. And then walk your elbows in. You might reach for the outer edges of the mat and pull against the mat to lift yourself up. Removing the block so you can come back down flat on your back. And then bring your legs straight up to the sky. For an inversion, if you want to stay right here, great. If you'd like to bring a block underneath the hips, we'll be here for about 8 cycles of breath. Know that you can find movement in this pose, moving the legs around. Release the feet to the earth, move the block off to the side, and draw the knees into the chest, giving yourself a squeeze. Send the left leg nice and long in front of you. And then guide that right knee over to the left for a supine twist as the right arm goes out to a T. Let your gaze shift over to the right as well. Come back to center. Both knees come into the chest. And the right leg goes long. Stay here for at least a cycle of breath to allow the spine to really align itself. And then guide the knee over to the right. Open that left arm out to a T. And twist your gaze over to the left. Return to center. Both knees draw into the chest. Tight squeeze. Lifting the forehead to the knees. I like to reach for the soles of my feet and pull them into my body. And we'll release into Savasana, final resting pose. Fully surrendering into the earth. Make any adjustments that you need to. Press into the head, lift the shoulders, tuck them under. And give yourself permission to stay here rather than listening to the voice that tells you to rush off to your next activity. Listen to your breath and allow yourself to be. As you deepen the breath, move the head from side to side. Eventually find movement. Reach the arms overhead, full body extension. And when you're ready, roll to your right, using your arm as a pillow, keeping your eyes closed. Allowing your attention to stay drawn inward. Rise up to Sukhasana, cross-legged seated position. Hands can come to heart center. Take a deep belly breath in. Press the air out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhaling thumbs to third eye center. Loka samasta Sukhino bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. Bowing it forward. Namaste.